When I was young, my family hosted several Japanese foreign exchange students. Super cool thing. Probably one of those programs that just got cut. Anyway, my name is Craig Hamilton Bradley, and this is the not necessarily bad news, although it's going to have some bad news too. Anyway, this is just the other news. In addition to the really, really bad news, it's the other show I do, which is the god awful news, because that's what we're going to get from this regime, this deplorable, terrible group of people that are running our country into the ground as fast as they can. Like they have just got their fingers on the cigarette and they're just burning it right into our country. Whew, I mean, it is a blistering pace of dipshittery, tomfuckery. Cheers. Oh, this is not a paid advertisement, but I'd be proud if it was just the same. Now, if you don't drink Canadian whiskey or whiskey at all, which is good, I haven't had any hard alcohol for years, but I decided it's time to drink a little hard alcohol to celebrate Aloha, Canada. Yes, and yeah, so, but I was thinking, because someone mentioned I don't drink whiskey, but maybe you know someone that does, and it's a good time to buy them a small bottle of Crown Royal, in the spirit of doing what is right. All right, a little bit of neat, drinking my whiskey neat, and if I were to have a last sip of my coffee, it would be black. All right, cheers. Oh. All right, let's get into the not necessarily bad news, but highly probably, possibly bad news. Another flight near miss. Not giving us any encouraging signs to want to fly more. And boy, are the people with flight anxiety, oh man, that's got to be turned up to 11 right now. Holy crap. But yeah, at least it was a near miss, so that's good. That's good news. It wasn't a plane crash. But of course, we've put just abject morons, high school dropouts in jobs that should have PhD, because this is white affirmative action. Where high school dropouts, as long as they're white men, can have any job. Con men, traitors, insurrectionists, cop killers. Oh, we got jobs for you. All right. Oh, and did you see that? Do you see that? Kid Rock is a very pretty lady. Do you see that outfit? It's like I didn't know Evel Knievel had a pretty lady for a son. It's like Evel Knievel's pretty lady son, Kid Rock. Oh God. There was once a day, 20-something years ago, I used to kind of like a little bit of his music, a little bit, but God, I'll never listen to it now. Now it just sounds like, anyway. All right, enough of that. There's bad storms. Storms are bad. States are getting worked. 100 million people are under siege from the weather. Many of those states are states that vote against the weather. I suggest you start voting for the weather, not against it, as best you can, which would mean, like I said before, I can't do nothing about how ugly I am, how dumb I am, how bad I might smell, but you can stop being a Republican. You can change your life like that and everyone around you and make the world a better place by just not supporting insurrectionists. God, I can't believe January 6th choir is going to play the Kennedy Center. Oh, and J.D. Vance is in charge of the freaking Smithsonian's African American Museum. It is just, the world's upside down. But you know what? As long as you're not on the wrong side of history, that's the main thing, right? You got to keep your conscience clean. And God knows, I don't know how these Republicans sleep at night. I mean, maybe it's on a Posturepedic, ceiling mattress all night long. No, anyway, that's a funny advertisement campaign. Nevertheless, yeah, how do they sleep at night? Oh my God. I have a hard time sleeping at night about their bad decisions. Imagine being the ones making the bad decisions and having the guilt in addition to the reality of it being so fucked up. I mean, Jesus Christ, we're picking people up, disappearing them. We're just this close to Soylent Green. And you young people don't know what that is, but yeah, this idiocracy, it's like a combination between 1984 idiocracy and Soylent Green. That's what's going on. Oh, got devil worshippers that think they're Christians. What's going on, man? Crazy. America wants to know. All right, let's get into the news. What is that? I don't know what that is. 1,200 a day, the quota. So there's a quota for the number of people they need to just scrape up and lock up every day. There's probably bonuses associated with that, all kinds of bribes, because, let's see, what's the math there? 1,000 a day to be 365,000 a year, right? So 1,200 a day is $500,000 a year. In 4 years, they'll try to fly out 2 million people. I guess that's the capacity. They'll probably try to up the capacity by investing all kinds of money in housing people who are guilty of working 60 hours a week, washing our dishes and landscaping our yards and, cooking our food and building our roads and our houses and painting our houses. And, oh my God, it hasn't even played out entirely. The whole labor disruption is going to be crazy. Everyone's been given. I was just thinking, you know what? I'm going to start going up in the mountains and finding a place. I got this tent. I'm going to start creating a place to go run to just in case. I mean, Jesus Christ, who isn't thinking like that? And I'm a full-fledged citizen, but I'm speaking up against it. And, how many layers down am I? Anybody talking bad about the traitors? And that's what they're such snowflakes. Oh my God. You voted for a Democrat. Yeah, I'm not a traitor. I'm not a low IQ dipshit. God damn. And now they're just doing the worst of the worstest of the worst things imaginable. Anyway, okay. So Richard, what else? Oh, and Le Pen is so great that the fascist pig of France has been made so she can't run for office. See, we could have done that here, but we weren't that smart. We have a bunch of such easily bribed Republicans. It's gross, and it's so on display. They're still acting like they just don't care what everybody thinks. And how is the threat, because they're all worried about the threats of going against Trump. But if you look at these room full of pissed off people, I feel like the threats would be worse from those pissed off people. The 10,000. Oh my God, why wouldn't you say, you know what? I think I'll go back and start fighting for you and against this Nazi regime. And that seems like an obvious turn. Why wouldn't anybody do that? When you're looking at these pissed people that are ready to, wow, what's going to happen soon, Could something crazy happen in one of these freaking town halls, you know what I mean? Someone acting out in a violent manner. Other than the people speaking out getting handcuffed and taken out of there because Republicans are snowflakes and they just can't handle anything. How's this go anti-woke, go broke? That's right. If you didn't know it, this show right here, this is a woke show because the word woke means aware of. Are you aware of slavery? Are you aware of the Holocaust? Okay, right there. That's all you gotta be to be woke. Like literally everybody's aware of that shit. And so therefore is woke, except maybe 10% that are just in weird denial. These Nazi white inferiorist, anti-nationalist pigs. Hey, it's not okay. Don't call Donald Trump a disgusting fat pig. It's not okay. It's not, you know, it would be seen as like inappropriate to call him a fat pig. So don't call Donald Trump a fat pig, all right? I think he's made that clear. He doesn't want anybody. It's not fair. Don't be mean to him. Don't call Donald Trump a disgusting fat pig. I would never do that. So I don't want you to either, okay? Remember that. Oh, and myself, there's one thing I have in common with Kanye. I really like fish sticks as well. I'm just saying. I don't know if you like fish sticks, but I love them dipped in a white cream sauce. Oh, it's so good, you know, and like a nice ranch. Oh, fish sticks. Yeah, except the breading, I realize isn't very good for me, but still, I love fish sticks. Okay, moving on. Donald Trump was amazed. Somebody called him a kind person. A word he'd never heard. Just like groceries and drive a car and W-2 and wife in the same bed and oh God, yeah. Yeah, because he's functionally illiterate. And then he's been making a bunch of weird posts. I forget what all those are. They're so weird. There's just so much going on. And of course, there's all the tragic news that I've already reported on. 11 minutes, good. Okay. I talked too much. Oh, look, J.D. Vance is on there with his eyeliner. Because you know, real men, they might eat quiche, but they definitely don't vote Republican. All right. What else is going on here? Locally, and this speaks to my point about crime, a local doctor, an anesthesiologist, tried to kill his wife on Maui. They went for a hike. He tried pushing her off a cliff and was somewhat successful and almost killed her, and she's injured. And again, this guy has a really nice chair at home. I promise you, this doctor has a chair at home that is comfortable to sit in, okay? I promise you he has a bed very comfortable to sit. I bet he's got like a big-ass fridge, an island, you know, a marble top island in his house. You know what I mean? He might have a pool or a hot tub. He's got it made, right? He's got everything. He's got his own bathroom, his own private big tub probably, right? All the money he would need to pay for all that shit. And now he's gonna be in a jail cell. Why would you throw that away? Your chair. I bet he has a lazy boy, you know what I mean? Like a really nice recliner, which is probably the greatest invention of all time in the history of man. That's my big dream in life. I don't have one now, but someday I just might have a lazy boy. You know what I mean? Anyway, you know this guy had one. And now, because he just had to push his wife off a cliff, you know, he's not going to have a chair to sit in or a couch to sleep on. That's a big mistake. That right there is a reason to not do crime. So if you're thinking about doing crime, just remember, you're giving up your couch and your flat screen TV and like 80,000 different channels and ways to entertain yourself and video games. And, oh my God, porn. Anyway, all right. What else? Of course, I mentioned this before. Pretty sure there's a couple different options there at Mar-a-Lago, right? There's the $5 million to have dinner with Donald Trump. You know, dinner and a dessert with Donald Trump for $5 million. Probably still have to pay the tab. He's so cheap. Oh God! And man, imagine if people were asked to tip on their $5 million dinner. That'd be a sweet deal for the server. Holy shit! Anyway, just imagine though. What are all the other tiers of that possible? There's like, okay, you know, I mean, God knows what illicit things are going on there, but whether it's whatever kind of debauchery, or, you know, for $25 million, you can have dinner, dessert, and a top secret document, right? Oh boy, that would be like a very easy thing to believe happened or is already happening. Anyway, oh, I've already told you. Make sure you go get your toilet paper because that shit comes from Canada. The raw materials and honey. We got this bee crisis that's going to potentially affect the world's food supply. And since we have people who have all out assault on science right now, that's just, we're fucked. I mean, yeah, tune into that. Get all the honey you can. It'll last forever. So get it before everybody else. There's gonna be a run on honey and toilet paper as soon as people figure it out. Yeah, go woke, go anti-woke, and go broke. Daily Wire apparently is like not doing well, and it's so funny because it has this little man named Jeremy who has he made movies about how he's so masculine with blonde girls next to him, and he's the meekest little weakest man you ever did see with the most adorable clothing, these cute little tight shirts and sweaters and pants. This cute little man who pretends to be the bastion of masculinity. If you didn't know it, if you're curious about what masculinity is, just look at this little tiny cute man, Jeremy from the Daily Wire, who's apparently losing money. That's what everybody's saying. Anyway, so that's kind of good news, right? And Midas Touch, the Midas Mighty are just cranking. They're kicking ass, taking names. For a minute, I communicated with Tennessee Brando. That was exciting. I'm always sending messages, provocative messages up. How about a break for some Crown Royal, some Canadian whiskey? Now, I don't recommend drinking, but if you're going to drink, a one-drink habit is the most advisable level. Cheers. All right. So this lady in Idaho, Republican even, she votes against something and explains that all the farms, and she's a farmer, rely on all kinds of workers, and some of them might be undocumented. And then what did they do 8 days after Donald Trump was in office? They went after her farms, and ICE showed up at all her farms, and she's got 3 of them, and of all of them, one of her, unbeknownst to her, one of her employees was undocumented. And it's just the weaponization of government, right? Because Republicans suck. Oh, God. And then, of course, deportations are being done by artificial intelligence. Everything is being done by artificial intelligence. Republicans think they're so smart. They're a bunch of dipshits who think they're just going to have AI do all the work, and then they're going to claim all the success for it, which is, it's just a mess. They're not taking in tax receipts. They're spending more money than Joe Biden spent because Republicans are always fiscally irresponsible, and they somehow got people to believe that they were the party of the economy. Because that's what they said that. And then people were like, oh, okay, I'll just believe it because you said it. This feels like that sounds good. That's why I just am so annoyed. I feel like everyone's talking about their feelings. I don't give a shit. Tell me what's real and what isn't. What do you think? How does it seem? What is, what isn't? I don't give a shit about it. Because that's our fucking problem these days. People see shit. So it makes up a bunch of fucking shit that somehow seems like it might check out, and someone goes, it feels like that might be true. All those lies I just heard from Fox News or Newsmax Newsmax went public today. Tomorrow they're going public. Publicly traded freaking Nazi supporting company. Pure evil, like a fake news agency. Anyway, all right. What else is on the news? There's 60% disapproval rating for Trump, everything he's doing, the economy, immigration, everything. But who are the 40% of these dipshits? Who could be for what this god-awful terrible president is doing anyway? I just, that's the question everyone's really asking. That's what America really wants to know. If you haven't heard, there's a new kind of baseball bat being used. I presume it's made of wood because they all have to be, but it's shaped differently in baseball. And the Yankees are hitting a lot of home runs with it. So that's in the news. A little bit of sports here. Assault on science. They fired they're firing all the great scientists that have been working so hard to get where they're at, and they're working on so many important things. And because that's what Christo-fascists, devil worshippers that call themselves Christians, they do. They just go after science and education, and like the worst case of herpes ever is religion, as it attaches itself to government. It's just herpes is to someone with a bad immune system is to a person with a bad, just as religion is to government. It's like an SAT word thing. Okay. Science, yeah, okay. Oh, so the head of the vaccine regulation in our country, just the most esteemed scientist, guy with the highest level knowledge of everything, just got fired, of course, right? Just as the measles are just ripping through our country. Oh, and it just sucks because really we need science right now. I mean, we need science to attack the bee problem. That shit is more serious than there's few things. I mean, nuclear war is going to suck when they start bombing Iran because they're starting to gin up all that anti-Iran talk right now. Oh, we're going to have to stop them. Where's that going to lead? Nowhere good. All right. And of course, Trump killed the agreement we had with them that was slowing them down, and now they've advanced further than they would have because of Trump. And now we have to deal with the problems that the Republicans created with military intervention, Of course. Elon's bribes. So Elon Musk, bribe. First of all, he committed this felony publicly, and then had his rally, and everybody yelled at him and booed him, and he cried. And but he also gave away two $1 million checks to two people who were on the inside. They were not randomly chosen. Which makes the whole thing even more fraudulent and illegal. Anyway, so there's that. That'll be in the news. And officially the mail slows down today. Republicans are destroying our mail service, which because they're such assholes, and of course their whole mantra, which is just pure ignorance, because they don't understand shit about shit, but is it doesn't make any money. It's not supposed to make money. We don't need it to make money. That's why we pay taxes, so we have a functioning post office, so we have roads to drive on and lights that work and science working to protect us from all this shit we need to be protected from. And we've made so many. We are the preeminent science breakthrough country in the world, and we just stopped doing that and fired everyone who'd been working at it for fucking decades. Like fools, like psychotic religious freaks who are just trying to fuck our country up for the sake of Armageddon so they can bring Jesus back. I mean, literally, these assholes. I'll show it to you. This is one of the things I want to show you that Amy Goodman did a piece on from Democracy Now! She did a piece on how Pete Hegseth is a white inferiorist or white anti-nationalist, evangelical devil worshiper, calls himself a Christian, and that he's signing us up for holy wars, right? And this is 4 months ago, and he's already bombed Muslims once, and they're trying to get it all, everybody excited about doing something to Iran. Maybe they'll get Israel to do it, as a proxy or whatever, but it's just more. And then of course, we're gonna go to war with Greenland, and we've already made it legal for us to do military interventions into Mexico. It's one of the first things Trump did, calling those guys terrorists. We're at war with supposedly this Venezuelan gang, that's just a bunch of shit. Meanwhile, we know there's innocent people in these gulags in El Salvador. Then it breaks every American's heart that we haven't rescued the people that we know are innocent, but just all of them. Do something different. Give them due process, or deport them at least to Venezuela. However poorly they might be treated in Venezuela, it won't be that bad. I mean, it is just, it breaks everybody's heart. And they're scooping up all these beautiful PhD students across our country because they're the threat, right? Anybody that talked against using our constitutional rights to speak up like I'm doing right now, which is why I'm thinking I need to make a freaking camp up in the mountains. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to order a Faraday cage. It'll be the only thing I ever buy on Amazon ever again, because I don't think I can find one otherwise. But a thing for my phone that makes it so I can't be tracked. If you are an immigrant worried about getting scooped up, get one of these. I think they're using Pegasus, this evil Peter Thiel AI shit that the government already purchased. We know they purchased it. They said it was just for experimental reasons. You know it's being misused. And between the flock surveillance cameras and your phone being used to spy on you, plus, I think a lot of these, the immigrants in some cases, just like disaster people, are sometimes given, a cheap phone, a free phone to use because, they need one. And I bet all the phones that were handed to immigrants are tracking devices, of course, as well. And Elon Musk's, AI, and this is pure evil. And it hasn't been reported by anybody really, but in the business world, X just got bought, right? Twitter is no longer owned by Elon Musk, or it still sort of is. But he has his own artificial intelligence company, XAI, and they just bought Twitter. Okay, XAI. That just absorbed all of our banking information, all of our personal information, right? XAI just stole everything, including God knows money on demand from the Treasury, probably. And is that why the Treasury has had more money spent? Where's all that money going? Why have they spent more money in the first quarter than they did last year after all this saving? Because it's all a lie. It's all this stealing. It's all it is. But, oh, God. So I think, wait, is it tomorrow? The election's tomorrow? I think they're tomorrow. I thought they might have been today. I think tomorrow is all the one in Wisconsin and the ones in Florida. And those are big time important. Oh, God. You got to wonder. Let's just pray that people aren't bought. And I'm pretty sure, it's a stain. It's kind of like having a big poop stain on your clothes showing on the outside, being someone that supports Musk and Trump and the cuts to everyone's lives. Oh, so many people's lives are already getting screwed up. If they were smart, they might have waited a little bit before they started taking away grandma's Social Security. But, I think there's a good chance this is all just on the road purposely to get to national emergency, martial law, and then habeas corpus is suspended, and then they don't need any. They can just pick up anybody for any reason, deport them, lock them up, no due process, any citizen for any reason. You speak against them, they could do that to you. So that's the scariest thing. I was watching Tom Hartman, and he was explaining the suspension of habeas corpus, and that sounded like the scariest shit ever. That sounded like, they're going to come at my door. Because, they'll come after anybody that just, they're such pussy snowflakes, the way they talk about how anybody that's against them. Like in Congress when these people are like, you donated to the Democrats, so therefore, and that is like, oh my God. So wait a second. So you weren't an insurrectionist supporting traitor? And so therefore we got to judge you poorly? It's like the most, at least If we all end up in prison or disappeared, we were on the right side of history before we died in the confines of the gulags of the Republican Party. Oh my God, it's just brutal how awful they are and how much control and power they have. And they're freaking shit-ass elected politicians beneath the executive branch just don't give a shit about this country, and they display it every time they say everything they say, every time they do everything they do. It is just amazing. Anyway, there's a lot of outrage out there, justifiably so, because our country's on the biggest slide ever. Well, it's not all bad news. And when are they going to start using that drug addict's name, Cash Yap? His name is Cash Yap. Cash Yap Patel. Come on, man, make fun of the motherfucker by just using his name. Oh, those bug eyes. How much is he on cocaine? He's either on cocaine or Adderall, which would be the illegal. And if we're gonna legalize amphetamines, right? Crank, crystal meth, which is worse than cocaine. Why don't we just legalize cocaine too, right? You can last a lot longer on cocaine. Give people pure pills of cocaine. If we're gonna legalize Adderall, because Adderall is worse. Meth is worse than cocaine. And I think people would be pretty focused on cocaine. Anyway, what is Cash Yap on? Is he easy? It's got to be either amphetamines or cocaine. I don't know if there's any other drugs out there that will give him those bug eyes. And he's in that fringe ass world. Can you believe he was one of them QAnon believers? We have a QAnon believer as the head of the FBI. Anyway, and all those liars, everyone that's in charge of everything important in our country is a bold-faced liar. All these people claiming everyone else is saying fake news, and they just sit up there in front of Congress and just lie. God. Anyway, that's what's going on. Gee whiz. Oh, look, I'm about to pay rent to FEMA. That's exciting. Yeah. The first time. And we'll see how that goes. I'm going to mail it out tomorrow on the 1st. And now mail's going to go slower than usual, so that's interesting. And then how long is it before all the FEMA people are fired? And all these people getting torn up by the weather right now. You know who's not going to help you? Is the Donald Trump Nazi regime. They want to make everybody suffer and die. This lady talking about eugenics, man, she's right. When you listen to this lady talk about eugenics, it's like, holy shit, she nailed it on the head. They're going after the disabled, everyone they can, to try to hurt, maim, kill, deport, discredit, put down. Oh, God. So sad. Anyway, what a pretty lady Kid Rock is. Oh, the pretty lady. He a pretty lady. He went off the deep end there, didn't he? Just had to be a judgmental asshole and target the most vulnerable. Shooting those Bud Light cans. Ooh, that's real man shit there, isn't it? Oh, God. Anyway. Yep. I'll tell you what. I don't even know what to say. All right. Is that all the shit-ass news that I can collect for the half of the day? 34 minutes. This is pretty good. It's pretty good. We're doing good. Cheers. And my desk is clean. Until I pile up a shit ton of new bad news for both channels of the god-awful news and the not necessarily bad news. Out of necessity, I create these. And it is the most therapeutic thing I think I've ever done. And I think it's a great way to develop comedy. I'm just having fun with that. While I sit here in isolation with my PTSD from the fire, not really getting out much, and more afraid than ever, since they're scooping people up off the streets. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Oh, this is therapeutic. It's good for my brain, I think. This is like getting something done, and like anything in life, when you're getting something done, you start getting other things done, right? You just got to be doing things, getting some things done, leads to all the other good things. But when you stop getting things done, that's when you're in trouble, and that seems to be one of the primary side effects of PTSD. He's doing good. He's working hard. He don't need me around, so he don't ever call me. It's okay. Cat's in the cradle. That's what's going on with my kids. But hey, if they're independent, that's good. I wish they were codependent, but they're independent. So they're both on their own trip, and I'm just gonna let that go. And hopefully I'll become popular, and then they'll think I'm cool and want to hang out with me again someday. But everything I do embarrasses them, so it is what it is. Although this nice hair is nothing to be embarrassed about. Those are some genetics. No, just kidding, sorry. It's one thing Jeff Bezos will never have. Man, he can have $1 billion, but he'll never buy that. And Jeff Bezos, what a slide. And all these shitty companies that have proven to be, all the dipshits. Oh man, NASDAQ down 18%. The tech companies are just getting taken out to the woodshed. Thank you. Tech companies are just getting taken out to the woodshed, and some of it is out of just pure rebellion, which is just a beautiful thing, especially Tesla. And BNY. Here's some interesting news. So BNY is, as Tesla is in the process of vanishing, BNY surged to being the largest electric car company in the world, a Chinese company. And they just announced today, business news, 5 minutes, they got a car that can do a megawatt, right? You're talking kilowatt, 200 kilowatts, megawatt of 5-minute charge. Almost same amount of time to refill your car, 5 minutes. So, and they are the biggest electric car company in the world. And so that's BNY apparently. And then Rivian went down with the market, or no, maybe it came back. But I wonder about Rivian. Is it the alternative to Tesla? Is it? It's $10 a share, $11 a share, $12 a share. It was once $125 a share. Is it gonna feast off the demise of Tesla? Good question. I don't know. It's a risky stock because it's like a tech stock. Doesn't pay a dividend, but it's fun to watch because it seems like it would be, a comparable product. And then, all the companies that eliminated their DEI and donated to Project 2025. Talk about a strike against your soul. To donate to frickin' a Nazi regime, the dismantling of our country, the firing of 500,000 hard-working, beautiful people, veterans. And of those 500,000 veterans that are getting fired, how many people are being supported by them, right? 2, 3, 4. So is that 2 million people's lives are devastated? Just the veterans. Then there's everybody else. Another millions of lives devastated. Then there's pulling the plug from the money for food banks so you can give tax breaks to billionaires. People starving, devastated, pulling money and resources from free lunch programs. Devastating. The freaking national parks are going to get devastated. Of course, the Koch brothers they've been working to destroy public lands forever. Schools are being destroyed. The Department of Education destroyed. USAID has been canceled completely. It's so much stuff. It's head spinning. But the shit that's really scary is the shit where we have these secret Nazi police going around just scooping people up with no rights, giving them no rights, and that's not the American way. So that's the most un-American shit ever. And then Fox and these dipshits try to normalize it, and the Republicans try to normalize everything. Everyone can see through them. everything they're saying is a lie. It's a hypocrisy. It's a joke. We don't care. We don't care. Fraud, waste, abuse, whatever. We just want our government to be doing its job. The government just takes in our money and spends it. It's not supposed to be a profitable organization. It's not supposed to be run like a corporation. It's supposed to just pay for shit, because that's what it has, a budget to do something. Pay for shit for the people who pay them, right? And they've decided, oh, we're just not gonna do anything for you for your money. We're just gonna keep your money, fire everybody, provide no services, turn it all over to AI because it's so smart. It'll do so much of a better job than humans. It's just, it's Nero. It's Nero marries Thanos. You know, have you heard Charles Manson and Timothy McVeigh had a baby? And they named it Republican. Yeah, it's true. Because men can have babies now, if you didn't know. You know, they can save their sperm. So, oh, I love my last joke of my comedy sets. Never gets old, saying, may not be very smart, may not be very religious, but I thank God 100 times a day for giving me an IQ above Republican. All right, I'm starting to talk too long. Cheers to you. I still got a live feed going outside at the pool, but it's over 12 hours, so I'm going to turn that off, and it'll revert back to 11 hours and 55 minutes. That's the most it'll keep. And it seems if I go too long, then it just can't handle it. It won't keep it or record it. But if I stop it between 12, 13, 14 hours, it'll go back to 11:55. All right. Have a great day. Nice evening. A better tomorrow. It's a good day to be alive. And be good to each other. Look for ways to help each other in these dark times. And you know, God, who knows? There's just so much going on. But also, I mean, it's just pure chaos in every way, shape, or form. And what drives markets are two things: news, which sucks, and numbers, which suck, and are only going to get worse. So I expect markets aren't going to enjoy bad news and bad numbers for God knows how long. Anyway, love you guys. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow. All right. Aloha. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you. This is what it is. All right.